100 kilo, $5,000 oak natural wood table, 4 48-inch monitors, and much more stuff today you will not see, and I will tell you why. This is my working desktop. You don't need to have 10 grand for setting up your working environment to be healthy for your spine, legs, and mind at the same time. I will show you what I'm using for leisure and work at the same time, how I'm dealing with only one display being developer, and what features currently I have on my table to declutter this teeny tiny space. Table is located on the kitchen, so like my partner, my kid can be around, and I want to still be able to be efficient and even having calls without interfering them, and they should not interfere in me, of course. We'll talk about controls, we'll talk about why only one desktop or monitor, whatever you say, and like what kind of table do I have, and like do I have such an ugly chair. Alright, so let's start from the easiest part, from right to left. We will try to do in this way. Before this mouse I had Apple trackpad. Before the trackpad I used lots of mice, and honestly Trackball is the best because first of all you're loading your thumb only, and instead of loading your wrist, because if you load your wrist too much you can actually have tunnel syndrome, which is not cool. So I prefer using Trackball because like you have some angle, and Logi provided good feature. By the way, this video is not sponsored by anyone, I'm just showing my table. You can have like the very flat design if like you want to put some pressure on the wrist, and if you will see that the right side of the wrist is preloaded, but I don't want it, and like the best position is to have it like on the angle, which I like much. It can be connected to two sources at the same time, and I can switch between laptops at the same time, and with only click of this button. Also, Logi allows you to fully customize your scroll speed, which is great. You can change the behavior of this button for the press, for left right scroll, which is great to have it as well. And also you have multifunctional button. Charging, comparing to some companies we will not mention, they put in very good place, and you can still continue to work and without like interfering in your process, which is great. Keychron Q1 Max. I bought it once it was released. I like it very much. It has a knob which is programmable, like by default is for for the volume, but you can switch, for example, for horizontal or like vertical scroll or anything else. Also, I have a couple of, as far as you can see, like different color keycaps. They are not coming out of the box. I bought another key set just to highlight for me what kind of buttons are completely customized. And for example, for these two I have like separate scripts. For these two I have like some specific data needed for my work, regular print screen, but I wanted just to point out because I'm doing like lots of print screens, like scrolling buttons and like just F button. Honestly, I don't remember what it does, but I like it. And this is all about controls. In my past I was using blue switches, but they are too noisy, and red switches, they are linear. It's good for gaming, but I don't enjoy the process of typing, and because I'm coding a lot I want to use something in between, and like the brown switches are the most useful for me. Sound and noise will be the most important thing in our discussion, because again I'm sitting in the kitchen and sometimes my family is here and I want to not interfere their life, and like ideally that should not interfere my work. And for those all occasions I have actually 3 or even 4 headsets. Let's start from the easiest one. Apple headphones, I don't remember, AirPods something blah blah blah, wired version for 20 bucks. I can use voice isolation from the computer, and it's very convenient because they take no space. Of course wires, yes, but there is no delay in conversation, and honestly like sometimes having delay, especially when you're editing video or something, makes lots of churn, so like it's very situational. And also I'm using them for doing sports. I know this is not the best headphones for sports, but I decided like 20 bucks is more than enough for doing that. Then we're coming to main workhorse of my working day. It's poly black wire blah 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 something 3320 USB version. The great thing of them that people can hear only you but nothing else. They have remote control with like mute, volume up, volume down, and unprogrammable without extra software. Teams button, but like honestly I'm not happy about having like dedicated button for Teams, because it's always remind me that those headphones only for work, because no one in real life would like to have conversation through the Teams. Sorry, Microsoft. And yeah, this is the first one. Sorry, this is the second one. I'm using them like for my work mainly. The third one, when I want just to code and I know that I will not have like during the couple of hours any kind of meetings, or I will just focus on coding I want to isolate myself as far as I can get, and this is the place where Sennheiser Momentum 3 comes handy. I purchased them around like 4 years back, or even like after their release. They have decent sound, especially when you're listening to the rock music. They can connect it to two devices. For my situation, I'm using them for working laptop and my headphones, so when like notifications are coming or something like that, or I'm switching the source of music, like they catch up very quickly. There is a chip because they fell down like from 2 meters on the concrete and they still survived, and also they fell down on the soft floor, like, and they still good. So like the main purpose I'm having them for listening music and isolate myself. Let me fold them up. And let's talk about this boy. This is Dell 2723QE, and honestly, this is the best desktop series I had in my life. And here are a couple of thoughts. First and foremost, it receives through input sources like HDMI, DPI, and Thunderbolt. So you have 3 input sources, which is great. On top of that, you can connect like your keyboard, webcam, and rest of the stuff right to the monitor. And when you're connecting 2 devices, because it doesn't work with 3 input sources actually, so when you connect it like 2 devices and 1 keyboard, you can share the keyboard and the rest of the stuff just like through the monitor hub. So it's a very cool thing to set up KVM without adding extra like device on your space. Because I'm working and in the morning and through the night sometimes, I have to use like this Bezel's light to reduce eye strain, and it works very well. Let me show you the remote. Remote is quite good, like for 3 years I didn't switch battery and still works very nice. You can like toggle on, toggle off, and when you press and shift, you can change the temperature. And like, because I don't like blue light, I'm trying to set up my monitor and my light to produce at least slightly warm tones. And on top of that, you can see Logi light, because sometimes when I'm pulling curtains down or through the night, I'm having some discussion with my colleagues. I don't want to be a like creepy Harry Potterish guy who is working from the broom room. So I have this light to make it everything look better. And Logi camera. Usually I'm using my working and home laptops in clamshell mode. I'm using like separate camera, which by the way fed through the monitor, which is quite convenient to me. And this is the moment when we forgot about fourth headphones on the video, because those guys are connected to the monitor. The poly black wire is connected through the USB-C, and those guys through the convenient jack 3.5. And for example, in those days or those months when I have like 2 hours for maybe playing games, I can connect my PlayStation through the HDMI, connect the headphones, and like somewhere having like 1 or 2 hours of playing games, which I like, but I didn't touch them for a long time. And last but not least, of course, my laptops. One for work, one for home. Underneath we have Nilaxi standing desk. It wiggles and it can jump, but if you're like typing something, like it still can handle your hands, which if you will not push too much pressure, so like it's a decent solution. But mostly I'm using all of the laptops in the clamshell mode. This is my Samsung T7 for 1 terabyte, using it for storing photos, videos, and lots of the stuff, because like definitely Mac is not enough for doing that. And what about this setup? The good point is that, for example, if I want to take my working or home laptop on vacation, I'm just pulling out this cable, putting this to the bag purchased from this brand, and the funny thing that they have section for I don't know, like for notepad or something, keys, one section for charging stuff, and this place for like 15 inches laptop. But the cool point, it can fit actually 2 laptops, which is great. And what's next? I was researching like KVM solutions, and honestly like nothing was cheaper than $100, so I'm completely happy about it. The main reason why we switched the angle of the video, just because I want to talk about a little bit of bullet journals. For people not interested in bullet journaling, I'd like to offer just to skip this part. And if you're passionate about doing bullet journaling or maybe leaving notes, leave comments down below and we will have a separate video on this. But let me talk just a little bit briefly on what I have here. So I have Lectrum 1917, which is a small version of the bullet journal. It's a collab with bullet journal, of course. Inside they're giving you introduction to the bullet journaling, but this is not what I'm doing. I'm just keeping here some small notes, for example, for things that happen on my work. I'm forgetting about all of that stuff very fast, and only things I need to emphasize and keep in my mind, I'm using like this stickers, which are great for keeping that on track. Electron planner, the great thing, it has habit tracker. I'm keeping coffee consumption on track. I'm keeping my stress and exercise routine. By the way, soon will be a video on this channel regarding coffee consumption, so you can subscribe and watch it later. Regular spread, the regular weekly spread contains from data sensitive page and data unsensitive page. So when I'm starting each week, I'm planning like goals for the current week. Everything time related I'm putting on the left side. Mostly it's of course about the work, and I'm doing sometimes retro is kind of a couple of letters about how my weekend or how I want to improve this next time or something like that. But it's probably one per 2 or 3 weeks, and when I'm quite exhausted because of the work. And this is my working stuff, and vice versa. This is Notepad by Midori or Midori, I don't know how properly to pronounce. It comes like very blank. I did customizations but because I want to be creative in the beginning of this year, and I decided to combine a couple of techniques. I did lots of mistakes, like here with the shadows, or here maybe when I fell with watercoloring of those logs, it doesn't have enough of highlight and like deep shadow, but everything of that came to me with experience. So like this is my journey, and I like it much. And like it doesn't have any kind of information here except of my thoughts, and this notepad is only about things aside of the work. It's important information about what my son likes to do or what he wants on the Christmas and so on. This notepad comes with very simple like tracker for a month, so technically it should fit in 2 years in time. Like this table I purchased on Amazon. It was around like 200 Canadian dollars, so not that expensive. One problem is that I'm pretty tall guy, so if you're more than 185 you won't be able to have a decent position for standing. The chair with not kind of cool fabric, but there was no option for me, and I will tell you why. This is Steel Series or something like that. The original price for this chair was around $2,000, and it's like crazy expensive. But the cool backstory for this chair that I found Office, which was selling their office chairs, and they were quite new, so I took this only for 400 Canadian dollars, which is like quite cheap. The only downside is not cool color of the fabric, but like I'm still happy with this. Conclusions. Table is fully adjustable as well as chair, so I can sit, I can stand, I can like go down, go upward. I'm completely free in that terms, and like according to the price, I took this for 200 and the chair for 400, so it's like 600 Canadian in total. And like if you will go with expensive out of the box like fancy one, you can spend on this around like $5,000 for sure. What else? I very like Dell monitor, which incorporates KVM inside, so I can jump between like 2 sources of information like with no hassle, which is great. I like making some little customizations for decluttering my area, and I like to declutter myself with notepads, and this is the way how I'm keeping myself quite organized. The main downside I will show in the end is right here. You can see lots of wires, but probably this will be the reason for recording part 2. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. By the way, I hope that we'll have new subscribers. Do we have it? Yes, they're here somewhere around. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.